Hey guys, Evil Panda here, and this is my fourth walkthrough for From Dust.
Namun dukutela bawa da ulumara. Wenoka na jadi mereka ruf perji. Yagua adalah serpeti bahar minyak di kumpurkan.
Okay, first thing you want to do is bridge across the water. So just grab some sand from wherever. I'm going to grab mine from the outside of the map, because I think it's pretty random that you just live inside a square, but it's counted as an open world game, but oh well. I guess you can technically go anywhere in the map. Alright, so once you've bridged across, you can go over to the first totem and hit spacebar. So this totem will give you the Jellify water power, which does come in quite handy in this map, because this map, if you dig too far into the sand, what will happen is you'll get water geysers, and pretty much they'll just flood so much water everywhere. Like, the water just gets out of control if you get too many geysers. But you do need water because you can't grow any vegetation without water. And you want to put some sand up on this hill so your people will be able to walk up later on. So as you can see, I've already got 2 geysers going. Geysers are useful for making vegetation, and I also use it to get rid of these dead trees over here, because otherwise you won't be able to get to the actual totem to get a village there. I don't think you can build a village there while you've got the dead trees around, because they kind of like block your people, since your people can't walk near them or through them. So I'm just going to get the water to flow down here and wipe them out easily. And then probably later on, once I've got the evaporate water power, I'll evaporate all the water, so then my people can just walk across and get to that village. I'm going to quickly go over and grab this extra little power. So I've just acquired the Jellify water power from my first village, so I'm going to send someone to get this. I'm not quite sure what these actually do. I'm pretty sure that they are just extra, like, powers, or they reduce the cooldown or something. I'm not sure. I don't think they're like storyline rocks, because they are like little tiny ones. Okay, so I started making my path so that I'll be able to walk to that totem, and I just got that rock. Okay, so go to the top totem and just hit spacebar on it to send some people there. But first, I might just get some sand, and then I'm going to start making a bridge over here, because I want to try and get people to go to this totem as well. Okay, so hit spacebar on the totem to send 5 people to it. So that totem is probably the most, like, the one that you're probably going to want to use the most, because it's evaporate and it gets rid of all the water on the map. Well, not all of it, but most of it. Which is super useful, especially for taking this totem over here. Okay, so the water is getting more out of hand, since it seems my Jellify water power's worn off. And I've already got half of my territories being vegetation's grown, so I've got half one of the stories. To get the other story, you just have to get the vegetation bar up to full. But I don't know, the story's never really mattered that much to me anyway. Okay, so I've blocked the water off from coming, but I think there's a geyser still pouring. And I've just learnt the evaporate power, which is what I need to really just stop this water from getting so out of control, and so my people can cross over to the totem. Okay, so I just got my vegetation bar to 100%, so I've unlocked all the stories on this map. As far as I know, unless there's something hidden somewhere in the sand. Basically, you want to just keep on spreading sand around this totem, because I think you need a certain area so that you can actually, build your village. You have to have a certain, size around it, so you can actually have enough room to start building. Okay, hit the number 2 button to evaporate your water, and then you should have enough room. And then hit spacebar on your totem, and you guys will start walking across. I'm probably gonna have out of control water when I have to leave this map. As you can see, there's just so many geysers showing up. At the moment, you don't really notice it because of the evaporate power, which is just slowing it down heaps. I need my people to run to it before the water gets out of control. I'm just gonna try and block off some of these geysers. Okay, so my evaporate power has stopped now, but my people have almost reached the totem, so I think I should be fine. Okay, 5 people have reached the 3rd totem, so once I capture this one and build my village, I'll be able to leave the map. Alright, there's the passageway, but I've got so many geysers now that it's just out of control. I'm gonna need to build a path to it, and then stop the water from being so rough so my people don't get washed away. So hit spacebar to send people to it, and then just keep on building your path while they walk across. Although they're probably gonna have so much trouble, but that's right. I'm sure some of them will make it. Okay, that's good enough. So use your evaporate power to get less water, so your people shouldn't have too much issues walking across. And then if your evaporate power runs out, just use the gellify power as well. And then your water shouldn't wash them off of your little bridge that you made. But hopefully, assuming my people are actually fast enough, they'll be able to make it in time. And then we'll be able to just leave before the water gets too rough and washes them all off. Okay, so evaporate powers ran out now. I'm going to use the gellify water power to stop the water from flowing, so hopefully I'll have enough people to get 5 up here. One of them's complaining and he's right next to it. What is his deal? Like literally he was standing beside one of the guys that had already made it. And now he's running away from the passageway. Because it's so scary, obviously. You may need to just do what I'm doing and get sand and try and build up the sides of the passageways, so then they'll stop their crying and actually like send someone to do it. Okay, got my 5 people, now I hit spacebar and that's the end of the stage.